We're using scikit-learn's *r_regression function to pick the best features for regression model. It's like a smart filter for our data. I'm selecting the top features that have the strongest linear relationships, ignoring the direction, positive or negative, with our target variable. Think of it as finding features that have the most significant impact on the outcome we're trying to predict. I'm only looking at straight-line relationships between features and the target. Curved or complex relationships are not considered. It is like only looking at the straight-line patterns in the data. The k in *r_regression tells me how many features I want to keep. If I set k equals 5, it means I am keeping the top 5 features, not discarding 5 features. I am choosing only the top 5 features. We're using rregression, a tool from scikit-learn, to pick the best features for a regression model. It's all about finding the most helpful information for making predictions. I have a dataset. It has 10 different features. Think of these as pieces of information, and one target variable, what we want to predict. I'm applying rregression with k equals 5. That k means I want to select only the top 5 features. It's like choosing the 5 best players for my team. After running rregression, I get a list of 5 feature indices. These indices tell me exactly which 5 features were selected as the best ones. This option says that the 5 selected features have the strongest relationship, correlation, with the target variable, whether it's a positive or negative relationship. I agree. rregression does exactly that. This is wrong. rregression only looks at how each feature relates to the target independently. It doesn't check if my chosen features are related to each other. They could be. This is true. rregression relies on correlation, which measures only straight-line relationships between variables. It ignores any curved or more complex relationships. Yes, k in rregression tells me how many of the top features to keep. It's not about how many to throw away. This is simply the type of question we are solving. It's a multiple-choice question about understanding how rregression works. I'm using rregression, a tool from scikit-learn, to pick the best features for my regression model. It's all about finding the most impactful variables. I'm setting k to 5, which means I want to select the top 5 features for my model. K represents the number of features I want to keep, not the number I'll throw away. Yes, rregression finds the features most strongly related to the target variable by looking at the correlation. It uses the absolute value of the correlation, so both positive and negative strong relationships count. Nope. rregression only checks how each feature relates to the target. It doesn't worry about how the selected features relate to each other. They could be related, or not. That's right. rregression uses correlation, which only measures linear relationships. It won't catch any curved or nonlinear connections between features and the target. Absolutely. I set k equals 5 because I wanted to pick the 5 features with the strongest relationships to my target variable. I'm using rregression, a function from scikit-learn, to pick the best features for my regression model. It's a feature selection technique. I have a dataset. It has 10 different features and one target variable that I want to predict. Think of features as different things I measure, like height and weight. The target variable is what I am trying to figure out. I'm applying rregression with k equals 5. This means I want to select the top 5 features that are most useful for my model. The k is how many of the best features I'm looking for. After running rregression, I get a list of numbers. Each number represents the index of one of my features and tells me which 5 features are the most important for my prediction. This is the actual question of the quiz. I need to figure out which statements about how rregression works are correct. This statement says the 5 features I selected are the ones that have the strongest relationship with the target variable in the dataset. This statement says the features I selected will not be related to one another. This statement says that the algorithm only looks at straightforward, linear relationships and it ignores any complicated, nonlinear relationships between features and the target. This statement clarifies what the k value means. It represents the number of features I want to keep, not the number to throw away. I'm using the rregression function from Sklearn to pick the best features for my regression model. This function is all about finding the features that are most strongly related to the thing I'm trying to predict. I have a dataset. It has 10 different features and a single target variable that I want to predict. Think of it like trying to predict a house's price, target, based on things like size, location, number of bedrooms, features. I'm applying rregression with k equals 5. This means I'm telling the function to select only the top 5 features most related to my target. The k is simply how many features I want to keep. After running rregression, I get a list of the indices, positions, of the 5 features the function picked as the most important. This is a multiple-choice question testing my understanding of how rregression works and what it does. Let's see if I know my stuff. The 5 features it chose have the strongest relationship, correlation, with what I'm trying to predict. Rregression doesn't check if the selected features are related to each other. They might be, or they might not. It only looks at each feature individually. Rregression only considers linear relationships. This means it only finds relationships that look like a straight line on a graph. It won't detect curved or other complex relationships. The k in rregression, k equals 5 in this case, tells how many features to keep, not how many to throw away. I'm using Sklearn's _r_regression function to pick the best features for a regression model. This function is all about choosing the most important features for predicting a continuous target variable. I have a dataset. It has 10 features, things I'm measuring, and one target variable, the thing I want to predict. I'm using _r_regression and setting the parameter k to 5. This tells the function to select the top 5 features. After running _r_regression, I get a list of the indices, positions, of the 5 features it selected as most important. Now, I need to determine which statements about this process are correct. Statement A says the 5 chosen features have the strongest relationship, correlation, with my target variable. This is important because features with strong correlations are better at predicting the target variable. Statement B suggests that the chosen features won't be related to each other. That's not necessarily true. _r_regression only looks at each feature individually. It doesn't check how the selected features relate to each other. Statement C says _r_regression only sees linear relationships. That's correct. _r_regression uses Pearson correlation, which is perfect for measuring straight-line relationships but misses anything more complex. Statement D says k means how many features to keep, not how many to get rid of. Yep, that's right. K equals 5 means I want the top 5.